In the more than year since Russia's full-force invasion of Ukraine, the war has forced millions of people to flee the country. Tens of thousands of Ukrainian refugees were welcomed into the United States, including right here in the Carolinas. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre shares how one family is adjusting to life now in Davidson.
Davidson is so great place for us.
Olga Davydenko, her husband and 3 kids left Ukraine in March of last year after the war, spent some time in Spain, and through a sponsorship program made their way to the U.S. and now called Davidson home, a change from the life they left behind. Ina Collins is helping with the translation.
They had great careers, they had a wonderful house, their kids were actively involved in acrobatics.
They say their city was at the center of Russian attacks. They hid in a basement for safety.
They were active battles, they were tank battles, there was shelling, ongoing shelling. They witnessed people who were trying to escape in their cars. They witnessed those cars being bombed and people dying.
Olga says they were not prepared for all of the devastation and the departure, but she knew they needed to get somewhere safe.
The benefit of being in the United States is being in a physical peace. However, there is still that internal disturbance that is ongoing by the fact that they left everything in Ukraine.
Despite the trauma they experienced, Olga says her faith and knowing her kids are out of harm's way keeps her going.
They like to go to school. They have lots of friends. It's easily for them be here.
After living with their sponsor for a few months, they have their own home, furnished through donations and the generosity of the community, as they work to get back on their feet.
They do realize that going forward, everything is going to be different because they're not in their homeland. They are in the country that speaks different language. It has different culture and tradition. Therefore, they are orienting their kids around the idea of making this work here.
Olga says there is a lot of uncertainty on if they will ever be able to go back to Ukraine. But for now, they are building their new life here in Davidson. Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.